Have you ever looked at the sky and thought about what is up there? Have you felt the chills when you play a video game that shows space or maybe Space Wars? This even sounds interesting. If yes, you might just have heard about Star Wars. The space thrill, adventurous, and jaw-dropping shows are what represent the franchise, so make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video to know more about the upcoming releases and other helpful information. Firstly, why is the Star Wars franchise admired globally? Who doesn't like to talk about space, nature's biggest miracle? We admire space because of its beauty, because of the wonder it contains, the shiny stars, the beautiful moon, the unbelievable galaxy. It all sounds so magical. Movies are even the biggest inspiration for the generation these days. Whether it be a movie, a series, a show, or a comic book, the motivation is at the same level. And the Star Wars franchise knows how to entice its audience. The team combined space with an intriguing story and created movies and series out of it. We also have Star Wars novels and comic books. The Star Wars series has a terrific space concept since youngsters find space highly appealing. As a result, a park and video games with a Star Wars theme have been added. 2 years back, the franchise's estimated value reached $70 billion and is currently the 5th highest profit-making team. The franchise laid its structure in 1977 with the release of its first film named A New Hope. Soon after that, the production company's worth and views skyrocketed. All the starting 9 movies from the Skywalker saga were nominated for the Academy Awards, and the first 2 releases of the production won awards. The Star Wars campaign is based upon a galaxy very far away from the one we are in, depicting old times. Humans used to live with robots, and it was a piece of cake for people to travel from one planet to another. That's enough to make us realize how incredible the movies must be. Furthermore, what projects are set to be released? The campaign has made tremendous growth and produced shocking results over time. It managed to keep its viewers hooked, ensuring the revenues come drooling in. You cannot say that you have never watched Star Wars film or have never heard your friends talk about how amazing the series is, am I right? What else is the recipe for promised growth? To make and innovate. Star Wars campaign is focused on ruling the box office in the hearts of its viewers by releasing films and series regularly and making them even more interesting than before. So what are the films about to get released? You might be wondering. Well, here they are. Tales of the Jedi is set to be released on October 26th. This is a cartoon program. The following year on January 4th, 2023, Star Wars The Bad Batch was slated for release. This animated season is a follow-up on the prior one named Star Wars The Clone Wars. By February 2023, the 3rd season of the television show The Mandalorian is expected to debut. Hey kids, want to see young children like you learning the ways of the Star Wars Force? Then stay tuned for what the franchises release. Young Jedi Adventures, this animated series is planned to come out in the spring of the upcoming year. Are there any other projects on the list? We bet you're feeling excited to your core hearing about the amazing new batch of movies and series set to hit the television screens, aren't ya? And that is what the Star Wars franchise aims for, to rule the box office and keep its audience. The campaign does not apply here as they want to keep the fans engaged with its content, so there are some more series and movies, which might give you a blood rush. Beware, Star Wars Visions comes next in the line. Volume 2 of the animated series is produced and managed by a group of animation studios, making sure that the franchise's promise is better quality in being acted upon. It is also scheduled to be released by 2023. The fame and support Ahsoka Tano received on her debut in The Mandalorian made it obligatory upon the producers to create another limited series for Ahsoka herself. It'll also come out in 2023. The villain in the series will be Ray Stevenson, and hold on guys, it's rumored that Hayden Christensen will be returning as Anakin Skywalker. It's gonna be amazing. Agreed? Star Wars Skeleton Crew is also predicted to be available for viewers by 2023. The show presents a group of kids lost in space with a mentor who Jude Law will play. The pre-Empire High Republic era is presented in The Acolyte. However, the release date of the show is still unknown. Last but not least on the list is Lando. Only a few details about the series have been leaked yet, and the release date is also anonymous. Coming right up, what is the franchise plan for its viewers in the future? You must all be thrilled after hearing the amount of content coming your way, but Star Wars cares more about its viewers than most of their families do. The franchise wants its viewers to stay intrigued and enjoy the show after a tiring day at the office or maybe school. If you run away from your work or a moment of relaxation, you know exactly where to go. For this purpose, the franchise has released news about the projects currently in development. Now let's jump on them. The famous director Taika Waititi has promised us a new project. No name has been assigned to it yet. It was first scheduled to be launched in 2023, but the director discussed the extension of the release date. Patty Jenkins, the director of Wonder Woman 3, has had a tight schedule, which is why it is believed that the Star Wars show Rogue Squadron has been delayed repeatedly. But the franchise has promised us the show, and we will get it sooner or later. Kevin Feige, who featured featured in Marvel's film as a boss, is also set to produce a standalone show with the Star Wars franchise. The next show is yet to be announced by authorities. However, sources at The Hollywood Reporter claim that a project is set to be developed and launched by the director J.D. Dillard. Penned by Matt Owens, all this content is more than enough for us to get relieved in all of our frustrations. Moreover, have all the planned projects got the chance to be written down? The franchise is producing shows and content at a very high pace, and we're all enjoying it. Am I right to claim this? Thus, one thing should be taken into consideration, and that is, the producers have to perform careful and time-consuming planning before investing and agreeing to a project. The franchise would have considered the costs, schedules of costs, the availability of materials for shooting, and much more. That's why in the history of filmmaking, numerous projects were introduced and dropped later on. Today we're going to inform you about some of the Star Wars projects that were planned but failed to get penned down. Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic got cancelled recently. It was related to the Mandalorian project, and thus the writers decided to include the new show, break it into chunks, and combine it with the already successful project. Another important project was also cancelled as the showrunners of the project, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, dropped the assignment as they had agreements with Netflix prior. Lastly, how did the latest release turn out to be for the franchise? Have you watched the latest release from the Star Wars franchise? Yeah? Then hurry up and do it. You might not want to miss out on an amazing show from the company. Andor's a new release which was set and launched on the 21st of September. The first 2 episodes might seem a little dull and boring. However, starting with episode 3, the season is worth every penny. Laser guns and hover bikes were introduced in the show, making it a typical Star Wars project with the maximum level of fun and amusement. The series earned the highest ranking of the franchise after The Mandalorian, which premiered in 2019. The show is a spy thriller and can easily make up the list of your favorite shows. Diego Luna is featured as the main cast, and he acts as a refugee who is turned into a thief to make ends meet. He's on a mission to find his sister, and because of this, he travels between the planets. Yes, you heard correctly, between the planets. Intriguing enough? What are you waiting for? Get on board and enjoy the masterpiece. That's all from today. Some enticing info about space film kings, Star Wars. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the button and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do not forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on any videos from us, where we share some exciting and incredible info with our viewers. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.